Years ago, I worked at a retail store, and we unionized, and I organized the first contract and everything else, and it was exhausting, and I eventually had to quit and leave. And I think when I think about childcare, and I think about what we need to do politically to gain a voice, eh, this may not answer Iris's question, but I've begun to change how I see about things. Rather than what can we do or how do I do this, I like to think of it more as a marathon where you run as long as you can and you carry the torch. And then when you're tired, hopefully you pass that torch on to someone else. That many of the opportunities I've had in ECE, I've had because mentors and people who I think are giants in the field have sort of taken me under their wing for a brief period of time. And I only hope that I have that opportunity to do that as well. So it's less about what can we concretely do and more about how can we support each other to create opportunities for leadership for everyone. Um, yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking.
And Christina, you had raised your finger. Did you want to add something, Christina from New Brunswick? Sorry.
No, I think that's great. And I just wanted to say too, for us to continue to be a voice for that 0 to 5 age, that voice that can't necessarily be heard. We've spent years developing our expertise in this field, and for us to be able to bring the voice of the needs of the children in 0 to 5 to the political world and say, like, listen, we're not just passing time here to get to the more important work, like I said before, but we have a voice. We are representing every being from 0 to 5, and just for us to be able to continue to validate that and really drive it home at how crucial and how important it is that we live in the lives of these children. And yeah.
So back to Iris Berger. So you had two people responding. I don't know, Brittany, did you want to add something to it? I saw a little finger coming up.
Thinking about what Daniel was saying. I'm Christina. And I think in early learning, and this is just my own, just what I think, that we go in and we gain education on play and learning and supporting children. And then there's this piece of advocacy that we also really need to explore, because I think there's some, I don't know, maybe there's some hesitancy from how do you take something up to a political platform when that's not your area, right? And so how do we educate ourselves and learn about how to do what Daniel was saying about this grassroots and bring it up and up and up when who's the voice? Who's the voice for ECE? And it's us. And how do we explore doing that if it's not something within our wheelhouse? So that's something to think about too, is how do we're so passionate, I can hear that from all of you today, but then learning and exploring how to actually move it and take action. I think leadership in the field of early learning is something that's going to become more and more important as we move forward. There's so many people who have done so much work already, and now it's our turn, right? And how, I don't know, I'm wondering how to do that most effectively, as sounds like many of you are as well.
Right. Thank you, Brittany.
Sorry, Mary, can I just share my quick point? Right now we 2020 moving on to 21. Advocating for our profession is new to me too. When I started take night courses at the college after ECE job, just to learn about administration and policy around our profession. One thing that I learned from that course is using your voice to project you advocating for something. Right now we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have survey that we can do. We have so many organizations. I'm speaking about Ontario that I'm on. I am a member of AECEO that's done a lot of work for us, and also Ontario Coalition for Better Childcare. There's so many organizations that doing work and consolidate our voice and then project it out. If you can engage in those communities and also You know what I did as a student, ECE student? I sent a letter to MPP. Just curious because like my future, I'm jumping into this profession. Like I want to see change. I want to see better future for myself, for family, for community. So yeah, don't be afraid to engage and speak your thoughts. Yeah.